You're watching TelecomTV from the MEF annual members meeting in Boston. I'm joined now by Brendan Gunn, who is Global Director of Ethernet and IP Services at Verizon. Brendan, thanks very much for joining us on TelecomTV.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
What do you say are the most significant developments that have been shaping the services markets over this past year or so?
Yeah, I really think you don't need to look too far beyond the MEF's third network for that answer. So when you think of SDN, NFV, on-demand applications, APIs, these are all the forces that are transforming the services market over the last year or so. I think at Verizon, I'm specifically in Verizon Partner Solutions, which is our wholesale line of business. Our challenge is how to marry that technical complexity with sort of the fundamental goal of wholesale, which is to provide connectivity for our partners securely, reliably, simply.
Are we seeing an impact yet from new services such as SD WAN and NFV services?
Yeah, for sure. Verizon is sort of at the forefront of this change. From a marketing perspective, where I sit, we've, as a corporation, have productized things like SD WAN, NFV as a service. I think in the wholesale space, where we're at is how do we take that complexity and marry it with sort of the wholesale relationship. Now, to be honest, that's a work in progress. But what I would say is thanks to partners like the MEF, we're really road mapping what that future for wholesale will look like.
We're also seeing increasing in cloud connectivity on a retail side. What about the wholesale market?
That's an interesting question. Because of the wholesale space, we've definitely seen an explosion in access growth. And what I would say is we don't necessarily have great transparency into the end user application, but certainly a lot of our partners have had great success in the cloud space. So obviously they're using that access as on-ramp for a lot of the things they're doing with cloud. I think the other thing I would say is we're not sort of content just to play in the access space when it comes to cloud. So from a wholesale perspective, we've launched something called Secure Cloud Interconnect, which really marries the connectivity that customers get with a secure MPLS or Ethernet network with global access to global cloud providers, again, around the world.
Are we seeing a change in buying decisions, or are there new factors that are influencing buying decisions in the market?
Yeah, I think the new factors that are influencing buying is everything. And that's a joke, but I mean, there's some truth to that. Yeah. In that, thanks to the MEF and other organizations, we've definitely seen both buyers and sellers become a lot more sophisticated. So our carrier customers are looking for the best network with the best service delivery, all at a price that delivers significant value. On top of that, they want robust tools and APIs. So again, our challenge is how to manage all of those different drivers and really deliver what the customer is looking for.
So how will these new technologies, the MEF's putting a lot of work and time into LSO, we've got SDN, we've got NFV, how will all these new technologies change the landscape in the years to come?
Yeah, it's going to be transformative. And like I said earlier, Verizon is really trying to stay at the forefront of a lot of this evolution, a lot of this development. Again, we're still trying to figure out how that works from a wholesale perspective, where we're sort of one step removed from the end user. But again, thanks to the MEF and a lot of the work they've done around this and the wholesale space specifically, we think we have a roadmap that we can follow to take what's been developed for the enterprise and really deploy it on a wholesale basis.
And all these technologies come under the MEF's third network vision of the future. What are the opportunities and really the challenges involved in achieving this vision?
Yeah, let me start with the opportunities. That's definitely the easy one. I mean, when we look at what we've productized to date, the agility and speed to market some of these solutions provide is amazing. Add on top of that just the cost savings and what that allows to do for us from a price perspective with our customers. That increased flexibility has been a big boon as well. And then just the end-to-end management, the tool set that we now have available to deliver to our customers is like nothing we've had in the past. So that's the good news. The challenge that we see, and again, I'm going to go back to wholesale, that's already a very complex relationship. Again, you don't have direct access into the end user customer. You don't necessarily see what applications they're using, and some of that is so important for SDN and NFV. So it's really marrying the complexity of that relationship with what is also a very technically complex system challenge and putting those two together.
Final question for you. When the industry gathers in November for the MEF's annual event, MEF16, what are your expectations for that event and what will the industry see there?
Yeah, it's almost easier to talk about what won't be discussed there. I mean, there's just so many exciting things that are happening. And again, I'd look back to Third Network, NFV, SDN. I think that's really where we see a lot of time spent at MEF16, a lot of the discussion. At Verizon, we're particularly interested in the wholesale track. So there's going to be some great information conveyed on that Tuesday. There's also going to be a workshop, wholesale-specific workshop on that preceding Monday. Verizon's a proud sponsor of that event. So really looking again for how some of these buzzwords interact specifically in the wholesale space.
Look forward to seeing what's new and to enjoy the discussions at MEF16 in Baltimore in November. But for now, Brendan, thank you very much.
Absolutely.